Anne-Marie, I love you. I love you. I love you. I was trying to figure out the first time I really felt it. Not said it, because I think about that all the time. It's not often I say I love you for the first time, when your partner loads the dishwasher differently than you. No, I wanted to think back to the first time I really felt it. That moment when I knew deep inside that I love you more than anything in this world. I honestly thought back to the first time I laid eyes on you, but no, that was the moment when I knew I just had to meet you and had to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe it was when you brought flashcards to my house to study for an exam during a party. But no, that was when I realized you may be just as big of a nerd as I am. I thought it could be when we got that perfect Christmas tree, and your face and the lights on the tree were just as bright. Or when you got so excited to go to church with me for the first time. Or when. If you haven't noticed, I thought it was a lot of different times over our relationship, and this got me thinking. Maybe the reason I can never find that one instance of when I fell in love with you was because there isn't just one moment. It was every moment. It is every moment. Every moment I spend with you is me falling in love with you over and over again. But most importantly, I have fallen in love with the way you make me feel. Feel loved, feel wanted, and feel at home. I have fallen in love with our future family, which I know will include at least one of the 103 adoptable animals that you've sent me over the past few weeks, as well as our beautiful children. I've fallen in love with the way you care about everything and everyone and wear your heart on your sleeve. You are trusted and respected by everyone you come across, and I cannot be more proud of who you were when we first met, who you currently are, and the woman, wife, and future mother I know you will become. I love you to the stars and beyond, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
To my beautiful daughter, Annie, you have brought so much joy and love into our lives. I couldn't be prouder of the woman you have become.
Don't cry, please.
Look pretty.
Annie, you look incredible. Dang it. I can't look at you. You are kind, thoughtful, intelligent, ambitious. You work so hard as this amazing pharmacist, and you've always been sweet Annie. I hope you know that even though you're a grown woman and a wife now, that I will always be there to carry you through the tough times in life like I carried you as a baby. And that no matter what, I couldn't be more proud of you and the woman that you've become. I'm so happy that our sweet Annie will always have Anthony by her side.
We first met at Grinnell our first year, very first weekend freshman orientation. And we've been best friends ever since. But that very first night we were walking across campus, and the field in the middle of our campus, ironically, is named Mack Field. I like to say that it got that name because that night, as we're walking side by side, suddenly he disappeared. And I turn around and he's about 25 yards behind me. I see an arm come up from the grass, and he had decided that he was going to look at the stars and lay down. But it was at that moment that I knew just how amazing he was at taking in the small things in life, right? He always finds time to appreciate little moments. We've spent countless hours together. That baseball, basement of Noyce, just traveling across the country to see each other. And I will never forget, he called me a couple weeks after he had met Annie, and almost immediately was like, she's different. I've never seen him look at somebody the way that he looks at her, and I've never seen anybody make him as happy as you do.
Anthony, I heard about you long before I ever met you. Annie would always talk to me about this cute guy she works with and how deep his voice is. It was always, oh, Anthony with the deep voice, whenever she mentioned you. When you guys first got together and started dating, I was so happy for my little sister. I knew that she landed the man of her dreams. Honestly, the fact that he made it through the first time meeting our family is a miracle. There's a lot of details that I won't get into, but it involved Halloween costumes, a helicopter flying overhead, dropping candy, and just pure chaos. But he stuck through it. He was quickly every kid in our family's favorite. He's been Uncle Anthony to us for so long, and I'm so happy it's finally official. The moment that I knew he was special was right after I had my second baby. He messaged me on Instagram asking how I was doing, and it meant so much to me that I actually saved it on my phone from February of 2020, and I still have it on there. He said, I know that baby often takes a lot of attention from mama, and I need to make sure someone is looking after you too. The fact that this came from a guy, let alone a guy without any kids of his own, just showed me just how kind and thoughtful he is. And if anyone was going to be with my little sister, it needed to be him. Anthony's the oldest child in his family, and Annie is the baby. It only makes sense that she would choose a natural protector, someone who will always watch out for her, and I'm so glad that it's you.
Annie and Anthony, you two have found the love of your lives. I know you will support and cherish each other forever. Let's raise a glass to the happy couple and wish them a lifetime of love and happiness.
And knowing I had to follow after your vows, which I knew without a doubt would be beautiful, extremely funny, I tried to prepare myself. Obviously, mentally preparing and actually doing are two different things, but I'm sure you expected nothing less from me. Let me start by saying, standing here in front of you today is my dream come true. When I was a little girl, I would pray to God every night, reciting my prayers, pray for my loved ones, and end the night with one request every single time. I would say, Please God, help me find a good husband, someone nice and funny, and someone who will be my best friend. And you can tell where my priorities were when I was 8 years old. You are so incredibly intelligent and bright, so thoughtful with every gesture you make, and so selfless when it comes to your loved ones. You're the embodiment of everything I could ever hope for in a future partner. I'm sure you remember this since you never seem to forget anything, but a few years ago you wrote me a letter on our very first anniversary, stating that when you're with me, you never get butterflies. Immediately as I read that, I thought, oh my gosh, he doesn't actually like me. But you went on to explain that you see butterflies as a sign of uncertainty, mixed feelings, cloudiness of the future, and this letter went on to explain how none of that applied when it came to our relationship, and you emphasized how certain you were about our future. As the years go on and I reflect on that statement, I appreciate it so much more. Sharing this life with you has been the easiest, most effortless thing I could ever do. I wake up each morning never questioning your feelings, never anxious about our future. Loving you has been as natural as breathing. You're my constant, my rock, and my best friend. I promise to cherish our moments, both big and small, to walk hand in hand through every joy and challenge. I promise to never forget just how truly blessed I am to have found you, and the privilege I have of sharing my life with you. Together, we will write our own love story, filled with constant laughter, unwavering support, and really bad dad jokes. It seems impossible to put into words just how much I love you. But luckily for me, I have an entire lifetime to show you. I loved you 5 years ago, I love you now, and I will love you for the rest of my life. I thank you for this.
Radio swims in a static haze. Night takes off like a bullet train. Embers red in an honest sky. Go all in and you don't ask why. Oh, you're like an earthquake inside of me. Wildfire in your eyes, I'm under. Pull me in close, light me up like summer. Stars will burn out long before we do. Love hits me and I hold my breath. Feels like lightning in my chest. Down, the air around us feels like water, pulls us farther, further into something we never knew we wanted, and all we gotta do is hold on. Oh, you're like an earthquake inside of me. Oh, it's like I'm learning how to breathe. Catch a wildfire in your eyes, I'm under. Pull me in close, light me up like stars will burn out long before we do. We're out on the edges, we're this close to heaven. Oh, it's never letting us go. Oh, you're like an earthquake inside of me. Oh, it's like I'm learning how to breathe. Oh, a sunrise, Mona